Hey there, River Rider fans. Spencer Cihak here. I'm now joined with relief pitcher Marcus Goodpaster. Marcus, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you, Spencer. I'm happy to be here.
Now, a late addition to the team for the playoff push. You said you've been here about 37 hours. How have those 37 hours been for you?
Very eventful. As of 38 hours ago, I didn't know I was coming, and that last hour I got a chance to come and play. And since then, it's been nonstop baseball, baseball, baseball. Got to meet the guys, got to have a lot of fun, and so far, so good.
From Indianapolis, training out there this past summer, that phone call, what was it like? Had you heard of the Appy League before coming here?
I had heard of the Appy League. I didn't know much about it at the time. I just knew it was a summer league at the time. We got new teams this year. And then when I got the text and call saying, "Do you want to come play for the Appy League?" I was pretty excited, and I had no idea. I had no idea what to expect. And once I got here, I just kind of rolled with the tide, and here we are now.
What were those first conversations like with manager Kevin Riggs and pitching coach Josue Matos?
I was surprised. I was surprised what I learned, what they were talking about. At first, we just kind of met, and I didn't really have much conversation with them till right before I pitched and after I pitched, and then I got a lot of teaching moments out of it. They have a lot of baseball knowledge, and it's great to be able to work with them and be better at it, baseball overall.
Making your debut the other night, what was it like coming out and getting to pitch here in Elizabethton?
I'll tell you what, every time I get to pitch, it's fun. I love to compete. I love getting on the mound and taking control of the game when I can, and it's really exciting overall.
Is there something you hope to work on these next couple of weeks, getting to throw to live batters?
Consistency. That's my problem right now. I feel like when I'm consistent on the mound, I do my best. So that's meaning my ball's moving consistently the same amount every time, and I'm able to place it where I want. So consistency, and then as much as velocity goes, keep striving for better velocity as I can.
Now, from Hanover College, coming out of this past spring year, what were your thoughts on your season there?
We had a good season. We were a really young team at the time. It's not an excuse for how we did. We had a good season overall, but I was excited to put in more work and get better in the off season, and we're going to be really good next year. So we had a good season overall in the spring this year.
Out here in Elizabethton now, in the past 37 hours, what have you been able to do outside of baseball?
I've gone golfing. I've eaten a lot of food. I have my rod in the car, but I haven't gone fishing yet, and I've slept a bit, so that's about it.
We'll start with the golf game. How did you do? What'd you shoot?
I prefer not to count my score at the end of it. I did so poorly that I think my grandma could have shot better than me that day. Alex Brewer is a very talented golf player and way better than me, and I got it shoved up that day. It was bad.
How long have you been playing golf?
About 3 months. I started playing when I stopped hitting because I just like to get out and do something with my friends, bet money, and I like to put a little money on it. And even though I'm never won, it's always fun to get out and play.
I like thinking that golfing and fishing are kind of the exact opposites of each other. Your golf game, the score gets smaller. The fishing catches, they get bigger. For fishing, is there a favorite moment going out to lake, river, and catching something?
Yeah, there's a favorite moment. It's definitely when you hook into a hog. When you hook into a big fish and you know it's a big fish right away, that's my favorite moment.
What is the size of the biggest fish you've caught?
Well, I love bass fishing. I love pike fishing. I've been all over the coast as well, but the biggest fish I caught was probably a bull red. He was, I'd say, probably about 9 pounds, bull red, off the coast of North Carolina.
How many states have you gone fishing in?
It's hard to say. I've fished through the Midwest, and and then Canada, and then the coast of North Carolina, South Carolina. That's about it.
Canada has a lot of neat fishing opportunities out there. Where were you out up north?
So I have a family cottage up there in Muskoka Lake, so it's just about an hour out of Toronto. We just get on a boat and go pike fishing, and that's about it.
It sounds like you've spent a lot of time in Canada. What's your favorite thing about being up by Toronto?
How quiet it is, I suppose. Being up there, it's not as hot in the summer, that's for sure. And then there's a lot of space up there. It sounds weird because there's a lot of people that live up there, but it's very peaceful in Canada, which is what I've noticed.
Now down here, this is a barbecue capital of the world, Tennessee. Have you gotten to go out and try anything yet, and do you plan to?
Yes and yes. I've had a pulled pork sandwich, and it was pretty dang good. And then I fully plan to go out and explore the food options I can find here in Elizabethton.
Awesome, Marcus. Thank you so much for the time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Spencer.
River Rider fans, first pitch is on the way when we return here on River Rider Radio.